Okay guys, this is part 2 of homework video for, what was the title? Equation Review. I'm not entirely sure the first one worked, so I'm just doing the last 5 problems, which are probably the hardest ones anyway. Hopefully it helps. So for number 6, we have p times the sum of 3 and 5, subtract 4 equals 76. So we have to use the distributive property here. That's 3p plus 5p minus 4 is equal to 76. A quick note about this number here, like 3p. The p is on the outside, and at first you might think that you say p3. And p times 3 or 3 times p is really the same thing, but we actually typically in math use list the coefficient first before a variable because there is a little less confusion about what we mean there. I don't know the history of that, but that's what it is. So you list it coefficient first, then variable. So 3p plus 5p minus 4 is 76. Combine like terms, that's 8p minus 4 is 76. And then zero the coefficient, or sorry, zero the constant, and you get 8p is equal to 80. Divide by 8, and p is equal to 70. I'm sorry, like looking at something else. P is equal to 10. That's not 70. That's not even 70 a little bit. Okay, obviously it's late. So number 7, 4 times the difference of k and a half is equal to 42. So actually, some cool estimation you can do is you know that 4 times this number, since it's equal to 42, this has to be just about 10. So maybe just a little bit over 10 to equal that. Okay, using distribution first to do this, it's going to be 4k minus, and 4 times a half is just 2, equals 42. We're going to zero the constant. K equals 44, and it looks like we have 11. Sorry, I'm getting sloppy here. K is equal to 11. Okay. The next couple we have are 3g plus 7 equals 11g minus 17. So let's start with zeroing the constant since we don't have any combining like terms or simplification. We can just go right to that. And let's try it a different way. Let's try zeroing the constant on this side. So we'll add 17 here and then 17 here. Excuse me. And we get 24. 3g is equal to 11g. And then since our constant is on this side, we need to get our variable over to the other side. So subtract 3g equals 8g. Excuse me. Divide both sides by 8. And this is g is equal to 8 goes into 24 3 times. Sorry, I'm running out of space. Okay. And then number 9, we have to do some, we should deal with some decimals here, which is, I guess, pretty exciting. So let's go ahead and zero our constant first. So let's add 2.7 here plus 2.7. Then I'm just dealing with positive numbers. It makes it a little easier when possible. So m is equal to negative 1.5 m plus 3.7. I'm going to add 1.5 to both sides. And then 1m plus 1.5m is actually 2.5 is equal to 3.7. And then we're going to divide both sides by 2.5 to make our coefficient 1. That cancels to 1. And then 2.5 goes into 3.7. Let's find out how many times. So we have to, first of all, we could leave this as a fraction, but we have to at least get the decimal out of the denominator and numerator. So let's do that. And then let's see how many times this goes in to this. So 25 goes into 37 one time. 5. That's 12. 120. This is going to be a decimal probably. So let's stop it at 1 and say that'll be 1 and 12/25. Hope I'm right. That's the kind of answer you get sometimes when you're wrong. Okay. Let's go on to the last one. So we have to do lots of simplification, combining of like terms and all kinds of stuff before we can do anything here. So we have to distribute this. So 2x plus 14 minus 34 is equal to 4x minus 11 plus, and then we distribute this, 4x minus 4. And this is a minus 4 because 4 times negative 1 is going to be negative 4. So we'll start by combining like terms. So our constants, let's see, we don't have any constants to combine here. And then our variable numbers are here. So 14 minus 34 is negative 20. And then essentially 8x minus 11x is negative 3. X minus 4. Let's zero oh my goodness sakes, I'm losing my train of thought. Let's zero the constant. That's what we want to do. I hope you guys aren't up too late doing your homework. Okay, negative 16. 2x comes down. And then this is equal to negative 3x. Okay, so subtract 2x, subtract 2x, negative 16 equals negative 5x. And then we can go ahead and divide by negative 5 on both sides to get our answer. And I think I tried to show you this earlier, but I want to show you this again. Let's move this up here so you can see it better. So this goes to 1, right? X is equal to 16 over 5, right? That's an improper fraction, and we could leave it like that, but it might be nice to try to come up with something more recognizable, something more finished. So we could say that X is equal to 15 over 5 plus 1 over 5. That would be the same thing, right? Because 16 plus 1 is just, 16 is just 15 plus 1. They're both over 5. If you combine these, you would get 16 over 5. So this number here is a whole number 3. And then 1/5 is what's left. So instead of doing any long